Welcome everyone to Greensboro Coliseum for what promises to be an exciting matchup between the High Point Panthers and the Loyola Greyhounds. High Point is coming into this game with some momentum. After recently snapping a losing streak last night, they'll be looking to build on that energy today. Louder. The High Point Panthers will be facing the Loyola Greyhounds for the second night in a row. After last night's game got a little chippy, it will definitely be an intense matchup tonight. As we get set to announce the starting lineups and get the national anthem underway, this matchup will surely be intense.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first Horizons Coliseum. Today's matchup features the visiting Loyola Greyhounds and your High Point University Panthers. And now for the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Greyhounds. At 21, starting at left wing, Frank Brony. At right wing, number 11,
All right, we've just wrapped up the national anthem, and now we'll be set to set the puck. Starting lineup for your High Point Panthers is 65, Ryan Beanland, 22, Parker O'Toole, and 74, Grady Murphy. On defense, we have 42, Aiden Kelly, and number 12 is not having. The puck is dropped and we are underway. High Point wins the first battle. They'll dump it in deep. Loyola looks to get it out of their zone, but they turn it over deep in the... Here's High Point. Looks to set up at point. They move it down behind the goal line. It's a puck battle behind the goal line. And it's turned over. Loyola has it. It's a foot race to the puck to beat out on icing, and they won't get there. Face-off will be in Loyola's side of the ice. Loyola wins this face-off. They'll look to get it out, but High Point keeps it in. They'll set up at point. Shot, easy save. That'll keep the puck down deep in Loyola's zone, where High Point looks to stay as long as they can. Another face-off win for High Point, and the slot, and he just missed. Able to hold it, but not for long as Loyola turns it over. There's Loyola skating out of their end. Passing through the neutral zone. Number 22, shot, and good save. Goaltender for High Point University is Logan Cordell as he flashes the leather with an impressive save. Face off in High Point's end now. As they win another face off. Look to get it out of their zone, and they can't. Loyola holds it at the blue line, but it's turned over. They have numbers. It's a 2-on-1. And nothing happens with it, but they are deep in the zone. He'll wrap it around. Shot. Good save. Fight for that rebound as they fight behind the goal line. High Point still has it. Looking to set up. He'll get it to point. Shot. Doesn't make it to goal. Fight for the puck. High Point keeping good pressure. They set it up at point. And a good stick by Loyola. And now they have numbers. It's a 2-on-1. And nothing happens. Big hit. He's slow to get up. Shot is blocked. Number 13 has no stick. Loyola holds it. Easy save. Now Loyola's putting up pressure. There's a battle behind the goal. High Point has it. They're looking to get it out of their end. Fight on the boards. High Point looking to control. Impressive spin move. He'll clear it out, but that's sure to be an icing. Both teams showing some pretty aggressive nature, as last night wasn't pretty intense. High Point wins another face-off. They're looking to clear it out. And they will, but not far. They can't get a change off, and now they will. Looking to regroup behind the goal as Loyola forces pressure. Now here they come. Stretch pass, and he just misses it. It's another icing for High Point, so they can't change. Loyola's really hounding High Point in here. And here's the draw. High Point will get it. Here they come. They're just able to get it in deep. The turnover behind the goal. High Point will be able to keep it in. They got it at point. Dumped deep down behind the goal. Battle for a puck behind the boards. As Loyola has it. And it's turned over in the neutral zone. High Point. Aiden Kelly with the puck. Looking for a stretch pass, but he can't reach his man. It's another icing on High Point. Loyola will win this one. They got it at point. Shot. Good save. Puck will go out of play. Another face-off in the same area. Loyola will win it again. They have it at point. Shot is blocked. There's a puck battle behind the net. High Point will get there. Now here they come. It's 2-on-2. They'll drop it off at point. And they'll turn it back over to Loyola. Now here they come. Now High Point in the neutral zone. They'll make their way in. And they'll look to set up. Good little stick deke right there. Shot blocked. High Point still retains the puck. A little shot. Good save by the goalie. Loyola looking to regroup and get out of their end. Stretch pass. And he's hit off the puck. Now High Point with the puck. It's turned over. Loyola will put it deep in High Point's end. Little tap pass, and now it's a 2-on-2. Good move. Now Loyola has it. Looking to split the D. And he just misses. He'll have to come out and regroup. He'll look to dump it in, and he does. Good pass. Now here come the Panthers, and he's hit off the puck. Oh, he's down. That didn't look good. He gets up slowly. Now High Point with the puck. High Point will stretch it down, and they'll turn it over in the neutral zone. Some sloppy puck work right now as High Point gives it up. But nothing will happen. Now Loyola will dump it down deep. And we have a stoppage in play. Loyola will win this one. And they'll just put it down deep in High Point's end. High Point looking to regroup here, get things going again after spending some decent time in their own zone. And the puck's in their own end again. They get it out, but not far enough, as Loyola still has it on the red line. But he turns it over. Now here's High Point on a 2-on-1 shot. Good save. Now here comes Loyola. But he falls with the puck. Loyola again. It's a 2-on-2. Shot just wide. High Point will get there first. They'll slow things down. Loyola looking to break out of their own end. Stretch pass and will tip down deep in a High Point. There's number 2 with the shot and a good save. They have it again. They'll get it down deep in High Point's end. Behind the net. He'll get it to point. Shot. Good save. Logan Cordell has been coming up huge for High Point. One of the main reasons they're still tied in this game. Face off here, Loyola will win it. But High Point will be first to the puck. It's a 2-on-2. They come in with speed. Just passing the blue line. Tries to do a backdoor pass, but it doesn't. It's not connected. There here Loyola is. It's a 3-on-3. They'll get it just barely in High Point's end. High Point able to easily retain the puck. Now here High Point comes. Give it over to Loyola. Good saucer pass to get to the red line. And here comes Loyola. This High Point will turn it over in their own end. To the slot. And a good save. High Point will dump it down deep so they can get a change. And a big hit on the boards. No icing as High Point will regroup behind their own end. So they give the puck up again. Good interception. Now High Point's looking to work it deep in Loyola's end, but now he has it. In the slot, backhand shot, rebound, scores! It's number 71, Colin Donovan. 74, excuse me. Grady Murphy. .53 to go in the first period. High Point now up 1-0. As they'll win this face-off and look to build on the momentum that they've just gained. Loyola has it in their own end. As they turn it over in the neutral zone, High Point will dump it down deep in Loyola territory. Now here they come, skating down the ice. He'll dump it in and get his own behind the net. Loyola will barely just be able to keep it in the zone. Good hit, knocks Loyola off the puck. Now here's High Point from their own end. They'll get it out, but Loyola will take it in the neutral zone. Foot race to the puck. Oh, it was a dangerous collision right there. High Point will take it from their own end. A pass that just misses. Loyola will look to regroup. Now here they come. Pass that connects. Now here's Loyola in High Point territory. Shot. Good save by Logan Cordell. High Point will win this draw. Now here they come. It's 2-on-2. Behind the net here is a battle for the puck. Loyola will take it. Loyola breaking out of their own end. They turn it over to High Point. High Point will dump it in, but it's an icing. Loyola on this face-off. This High Point will... they won't be able to get it out. Now here's Loyola in the slot. Shot! Just missed the net. Good touch pass there. High Point will break out of their own end. Tries to dangle past them, but he can't. Now here's Loyola. Calm little flick. Now here he comes. Shot from the point. It's out of play. It's one thing about the High Point Panthers is how they're able to transition out of their own end and turn over the puck in the neutral zone. That's what helped them get the first goal. High Point will get to this puck first, but Loyola will hold it in. Loyola deep behind the net. And here comes High Point. Big hit on the boards, but High Point tries to keep the puck. There's a battle on the boards. It's a foot race to the puck deep behind the goal. High Point will have it. Slop it, no one's home. Now they'll get it to point. Tries to get it in deep, but it's turned over. Now Loyola has the puck. They'll look to dump it in, but doesn't get to the red line, so it's an icing. Looks like they took away the icing, so the face-off will be in center ice. As Loyola wins it. Loyola tries to dump it in, but it's turned over. Now High Point has it. High Point, stretch pass, and they'll get it in deep. Parker O'Toole on it, tries to center, but he can't. Aiden Kelly with the puck. He'll skate it to the blue line. He'll get hit on the boards, but they keep the puck. A whistle blown for a hand pass. Grady Murphy on the draw. Loyola will win it. They're looking to get it deep in High Point's end, and they do. It's a foot race to the puck. Loyola will just get there first. Now Loyola has it behind the net. They'll look to keep it there. Now Loyola has it. Oh, he just missed the tap pass. Here come the Panthers. They have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. At the point, shots tipped away over the net. They'll keep it deep behind the net. The defenseman will pinch, tip. High Point with a good forecheck to keep the puck in the end. Still battling. As Loyola will tap it out. No icing is called, so both teams will get a new pair of line out there. High Point's offsides. We'll have a face-off right outside the zone. Loyola will win the draw. Now Loyola has it. And the slot shot just wide. Loyola will keep it in, though. It was a good poke check. Gets the puck out of the zone. They'll tip it right back in, though. Now the puck is deep in a High Point zone again. Loyola. Now the puck will leave the zone. Loyola will regroup, though. They'll look to keep that pressure up. Stretch pass connects, and they'll get it deep in High Point zone. Here's Loyola from their own end. Looking to work their way up. Now here he is. Tries to get through the D, but he can't. As we have a penalty called, we have a trip. So we have number 40 in the box for a trip. Now High Point will be on the penalty kill. Loyola has it. Loyola's holding the puck on the point. Looking to set up a play. Down near the goal. Tries to center, and they score. Loyola ties it up fast on their power play. Was number 22, Louis DiGiovanni. .443 to play now in period one. It's all tied up. High Point will win this one. Loyola will try to keep this pressure up now. Puck stays in High Point zone. They'll look to regroup and get going again. Here's Loyola in their own zone trying to shake off. Stretch pass reaches. Now he's got puck turned over, and now High Point has it. Touch pass. High Point has it on the red line. Skating through the blue line. Loyola's end. Good save. Battle for the puck behind the net. And the High Point will get there. High Point will still hold it behind the net. Defenseman will pinch in, keep it deep. Now behind the net. Passes, shot, scores! It's number 81. We do not have that name on our roster. But High Point will go up 2-1 on Loyola. Quick answer after Loyola scored to tie it. As they just sent 71 Colin Donovan to the penalty box. High Point will be on another penalty kill. They'll be looking to kill this one off fast to hold their lead until the end of the period. Loyola will win this face-off. Loyola will skate it. They're in High Point territory. We'll drop it off at the point. Now here's Loyola from the point. He'll pass it down on the wing. Back to point. Down to the wing. Shot. Save. Loyola wins another draw. They have it on the point. Shot is blocked. High Point looking to win this race to the puck, and they're able to get it out. Loyola will look to get right back in there. High Point will clear it. For behind their net, Loyola looking to regroup, but he turns the puck over. Here comes Loyola. Loyola holds and waits. Skates at the point. Now here's a shot. Tipped just wide. Now they have it at the goal line. Loyola pushed off the puck. This High Point will get another clear. There's Loyola now skating from their own zone. Number 16, Matt DeLuca, will just give the puck over in High Point's end. Another clear. High Point holds. They'll look to waste some time on this penalty kill. They'll get it down again. On net, too. Just impressive. Face-off will be in Loyola territory on this penalty kill. '72, James Duxbury on this face-off. And Loyola will win it. High Point keeping good pressure on Loyola's end, though, to really kill off this penalty kill. 10 seconds to go on this penalty, and he's released. It's a whole lot better of a kill for High Point, as they're able to keep the 2-1 lead, keep this pressure on Loyola. Loyola looking to break out of their own end. Stretch pass will tip off of the Loyola player. High Point on their own end. Trying to get this puck out. Loyola's giving them a run for their money, though. So Loyola turns it over again. Now High Point has it. High Point will clear. Here come the Panthers after a face-off win in Loyola territory. Big hit. And now Loyola has the puck from their own end. They'll dump it deep in High Point zone. High Point will be first to it, though. They give the puck over. Have it again here. Still get it out of the zone, but Loyola has it. Still get it right back in there. And that is the end of the first period. Your High Point Panthers up 2-1 on the Loyola Greyhounds.
High Point Panthers are up on the Loyola Greyhounds 2-1. It was a very interesting first period to say the least. High Point answers right back after Loyola scores. It was chippy, a little rehearsal from last night. Loyola wins the face-off. The puck comes down. High Point retains possession. Loyola retains possession of the puck. High Point receives possession. They're going down by the neutral zone. Tangled up. High Point shoots. Blocked. High Point again. This time. Loyola possession. Loyola wins their face off. Down High Point territory. Shoots and it's blocked. High Point down. Loyola territory. Loyola gets it back. Loyola's territory. High Point. 3-point shoots. Well, what's the face off? Now on their own side of the ice. Little shoots. Block. I put this face off. Out there pushing and shoving down either way the ice. Same result from last night, a little chippiness. Icing. Here comes the face off. That's across the neutral zone. He shoots right off the goal post. He shoots. He scores! Loyola ties the game up. Past the neutral zone. Look. Save. Way off. Territory. Here comes high point. They pass the neutral zone. Back in Hopkins territory. Blocked. Gets right past the neutral zone, passes it, and he loses control of the ball. Faceoff goes to the Panthers yet again. There's a tangle up, right by the goal. The goalie just sits on it. Patterson, down, shoots, triple.
Loyola possession on their own side of the ice. Tangle up for the puck, and it is going to be Loyola's possession yet again. Bad pass. For the puck, tangle up, and it's going to be Panthers possession. Ooh. Body check right by the goal. Shoots, blocked. Shoots, slips. Fight for possession of the puck. It's going to go to Loyola, the Greyhounds. Right past the neutral zone. He passes, and he loses possession of the puck. High point past their neutral zone. He shoot. Stop. Slips around the defender. Past the neutral zone. Here comes Loyola. Stop. Right by the goal. Here comes the Panthers. Past the neutral zone. Passes, he shoots, he scores! Grady Murphy with the goal. Panthers grow up 3-2. If you want a back and forth hockey, you came to the right place at the right time. Panthers are up 3-2 with 6:17 left to go in the second period. Christopher Sweeney with the puck. He shoots, blocked. He goes up, he shoots, he scores! Darian Fredrow with the goal. Panthers are up 4-2. Now that's a momentum buster right there. Panthers put up 2 goals in the last minute and a half. What an incredible game we are watching. Panthers win that face-off. Puck in Loyola's territory. It's a fight for the puck. Loyola retains possession of it. Tangled up for the puck, and Loyola still retains possession. He's going to shoot, and it's blocked yet again. Logan Cordell with another good defensive possession right there. Skip High Point, another chance. Loyola's territory. Fight for the puck. Loyola retains possession of the puck. Here comes the Panthers body check. High Point wins another faceoff. Here comes the Greyhounds. High Point past the neutral zone. That should have been a penalty right there. Puck's up, and it is no good. Blocked. Got it, and it is fell on top of by the goalie. Loyola, nope. High Point gets possession right back. Shoots, and he scores! Grady Murphy with another goal. The Panthers go up 5-2. What a shot. Panthers put up 3 goals just in the second period alone. It is 5-2 High Point. And that's going to bring the end of the second period. The High Point Panthers 5, Loyola Greyhounds 2. We'll be right back.
And we are just about back to hockey here at the Greensboro Coliseum. We are about to approach the third period of a two-game set between your High Point University Panthers and the Loyola University of Maryland Greyhounds. Score stands at 5-2 to start this period, and I have no doubt that in the closing minutes of this one we'll see a return to the physicality that occurred last night. We saw two players, one from each team, ejected, and quite a number of penalty minutes built up in the matchup last night before High Point sealed it in the third period 6-3. Score stands at 5-2 now. But you can't count the Greyhounds out. Number 16, Matt DeLuca, their star forward, he scored twice in only about 8 seconds to end the second period last night and bring that score level before the Panthers ran away with it in the third. So the puck and the ref have made center ice, and we'll face off to start the third period and see if the Greyhounds have anything to say about the 5-2 score. They come out quick already in High Point territory, and they retain possession, shuffling it around the board, seeing if they can find an angle to score as High Point takes it away. Moving it up the left side of the ice there across the neutral zone. And puck will sit middle before High Point shuffles it back behind the Loyola goal. And High Point now finds possession in Loyola territory. And they're going to see if they can find a way to score, but Loyola's got it. Moving across the neutral zone and taken away right there. As Loyola looks to build an attack, they are searching for some sort of scoring opportunity as High Point takes it now, and we'll have a stoppage. And a face-off right back at center ice. And undoubtedly the MVP of both games for these Panthers has been between the pipes in the form of number 32, Logan Cordell. He has been quite the keeper and has kept High Point in both games, held Loyola to only 2 goals today. As High Point wins the face-off and builds possession in the neutral territory, shuffles it back behind Loyola's goal, and we'll get another stoppage. And we're going to do it again, this time a face-off down in High Point territory. Number 16, Matt DeLuca, is out there now. No doubt searching for an opportunity to put his handprint on this game and see if the Greyhounds can get back in it. So the puck shuffled back, Greyhounds have it, and a slap shot ripped into his own player. Off the stick of number 6. That is Michael Padula, who ripped a slap shot from back behind the blue line. And the Greyhounds player is still down. Can't quite see who that is. That slap shot caught him right in the ribs as Padula tried to put it on frame, and he appears to be in quite a bit of pain. The trainer now on the ice with the referees, seeing if they can get him up, and he will. That is number 13, Jake Mertz, for the Greyhounds, and he is still down. We anticipated some physicality in this third, but not exactly what we had in mind, as that slap shot just caught him right in the rib cage, and he appears to be in quite a bit of pain. We'll hope he's okay as his teammates come to help him off the ice. And that is another unfortunate loss in what has already been a poor day for the Greyhounds today, as they stand at a 3-goal deficit with just over 19 minutes left in this third period. Certainly an unfortunate outcome for Padula, who by no means intended to hit his teammate with that shot. And now we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone, as High Point looks to see if they can extend this lead and make it a 4-goal deficit. They'll retain possession off the face-off, moving now, building into the neutral zone, and they've got clear. up the left side, bringing it around the goal, seeing if they can find an angle to get a shot on, and he moves it center, and Loyola takes it away. They're now moving up the left side of the ice, and High Point's fallen back to defend and takes it right away, and they're finding possession in the neutral zone, building once again. That shot going to run around the boards behind the Loyola goal. And High Point, if anything, has been quick around the ice today several times. The Greyhounds have attempted to find offense in transition, and they have gotten shut down quickly. High Point running them down in the neutral zone, or just after finding their territory. Now something building. Here's DeLuca. He rips a shot way over. Deflected off the stick of number 82. That is Evan Jones, who got back in defense and managed to get his stick between DeLuca and the goal. And that was deflected way up into the netting, so we'll have a face-off in High Point territory as they look to withstand this Greyhounds offense once again. Not as many penalties as we have seen previously. In fact, rather few penalty minutes spent. One of the only ones so far today was sticking on one of High Point's captains in the form of number 55. And that was Dorian Federow. One of the only Panthers to spend any time in the box tonight. So a little bit of a stoppage here as the ref gives a High Point player some friendly advice. And now we'll do the face-off. And Loyola's going to have it out of the break. Ripped a shot off his own player again. Back skate, that shot leveled towards the goal and deflected away. So now Loyola building, moving the puck around. Shot on goal again. And stopped there as DeLuca looked to deflect it in. And Loyola still retaining possession. Trying to find some offense. Now they turn it up ice. And a shot ripped in. Cordell blocked it again. Deflected right and away from the goal. What a job he is doing. As now High Point looks to build in transition. They've got a 3-on-2. Now 3-on-3 as the Greyhounds get back. And they flip it over the High Point defense and back behind the goal. The Greyhounds just looking for an opportunity to get a strong shot. That one ripped off the shoulder of Cordell. It was one of the first times they put a strong shot on frame since their 2 goals in the previous periods. So now Loyola will shuffle back, try to get organized as High Point gets a line change in. And Loyola moving up ice and blocked into the boards will slow down that attack as that puck stays in the neutral zone. Now back in Loyola territory as they move it up and give that puck away to the High Point Panthers. Just not much building in this third period for Loyola. The stout defense of the Panthers. It seems every opportunity Loyola gets, that puck gets taken away from them quick. The stick work has been immaculate from the defensemen of the Panthers. Loyola building again. They've definitely dominated the possession in this third period. High Point has not had many opportunities in Loyola territory. They've yet to record a real shot on goal, but the defense has been well played, allowing Loyola only 1 shot so far in the third. This one will move up ice, and we're going to have an icing call as that puck slides behind the net. And we'll do a face-off down in High Point territory. Something it feels like we've mentioned a lot. Loyola keeping the puck on the other side of the ice. And it seems an all-out offensive approach from them. They know exactly what they need to do to get back in this game. And it comes in the form of at least 2 or 3 goals. That face-off won by High Point. And they'll try to move it up ice, see if they can find some grip in the offensive territory. They're moving into the neutral zone and taken away by Loyola. That was a slip by number 15, Trevor Chacon. He fell down, gave the puck away, and Loyola has it in High Point territory again. They're playing good. Even that's a hard hit into the boards. Goes High Point Panthers number 12. And the Greyhounds stay active. Just looking for an opportunity to put one past Cordell. Not something the Panthers are going to give away easily. This looks promising, building into Loyola territory. And taken away as they swarm to the puck. And High Point now moves it across. Could have a one-on-one between the keeper and High Point. Now they'll send it around the boards. Loyola takes it away once again. And now only one man back for the Panthers. They've got a 2-on-1 if he can get it middle. Flicks it across the ice. And Loyola's there, sends it back across the boards. And just like that, the Panthers have shut down that attack. That closing speed, not allowing any of these Loyola forwards to get around as they rip a shot wide of the goal. And High Point will look to answer in transition. And the Greyhounds are back once again. So back and forth we go. Loyola looking for an opportunity. One that the Panthers are not giving up easily. Finds it, tries to center it. Deflected off a defenseman from High Point. Tries to center it once again. Shot coming on here and wide of the net. And Cordell's going to cover that one up. As we'll do a face-off yet again in High Point territory. And the face-off won temporarily by the Panthers. They have possession now, looking to score in transition. That one will get sent down past the goal. High Point has 3 men forward. Loyola's slow in getting back. And High Point has possession in Loyola territory. And we'll see if they can make the most of it. Sliding across the goal, almost a shot on. And deflected away at the last second by this Loyola defense. And this is where they could burn him. High Point centers it. No one there to put it home. And High Point takes puck, will reset. Now a shot moving across. And no opportunity again. Loyola playing defense by the skin of their teeth. There are several openings for High Point to rip a shot off and just couldn't get it done. Now a shot on goal over Cordell and the whole net as DeLuca sails one into the glass. And Loyola still looking for that chance to make this score a little bit closer. They take possession again in the neutral zone, but High Point's right there to scoop it up. They've got 4 men back, and Loyola attempting a line change as now High Point builds into the offensive set. And that puck will get taken away. Loyola, they know how quick they need to get up ice. There's a shot ripped and caught by the Loyola goalie. So we'll do a face-off for the first time down in Greyhounds territory. As I can imagine, the Panthers are quite interested in getting a couple more goals to make sure this one stays put right where it is. We've seen the quick offense from the Greyhounds, and we've certainly seen their ability to stay on the offensive side of the puck in this period, as High Point has not been able to find much on the other side. Greyhounds take it away once again in the neutral zone. And they're trying to find room on the ice. They're pulling it back for a moment. And now building. They've got the numbers moving into High Point territory. But a quick clear, and now they've got one-on-one with the goalie. High Point shot on, miss left. Just past the goal. And that was the best opportunity we've seen from the Panthers as they get in front of the goal once again. And cleared out and caught. And a slap shot on, deflected by a Loyola defenseman. And now Loyola building. They've got 2-on-1. A possibility here. Shot crossed over, and he'll score. That was textbook from the Loyola Greyhounds as the puck gets moved over to the right for Liam Roosmanier, and he puts it in the back of the net by Cordell. He made a heck of an attempt, and it appeared he got a glove on that puck, but it did not stop it from sailing through the upright. And just like that, we are 3-5. Still the way of the High Point Panthers. Up 2 goals, little over 12 minutes left to play. Loyola's going to need a lot more of that if they want to make this a game, as High Point flicks it right behind the Loyola goal as they try to build into some offense here. And now Loyola in transition. They're going to move it across the ice. And High Point takes it away, but recovered in the corner by Loyola. They're going to try and find middle, and covered by Cordell. A great job as Loyola managed to put that puck in front of the goal, and Cordell covered it up before anybody could get a stick on it. So we'll do another face-off in Panthers territory. And this one recovered by Loyola, taken away by the Panthers. They're going to have numbers pushing into Loyola territory. Can this be the dagger? As they'll move into the corner, trying to find someone in front of the goal, and they'll clear it out, reset. Moving to the left side now, shot on, covered up by the Loyola keeper. I apologize, number 30 is in the goal for the Loyola Greyhounds. We do not have a name to go with that number. And he's certainly been on the struggle bus today, letting in 5 goals from High Point as that shot's ripped over the goal. And High Point let him hear it after the last goal to end the second period, and there's another. Shifted to the right side of the goal. And that was number 74. That's Grady Murphy, as we've seen him score quite a few times tonight. And right off the Loyola goal, High Point makes sure there's no doubt as they go back up 6-3, the same score we saw at the end of last night, as the offense stays hot. And finds the back of the net as Murphy gives High Point a 3-goal lead once again. So we'll do a face-off at center ice as Loyola now finds themselves in an even deeper hole. After it looked like they might have something going, they're trying to stay on the offensive side of the puck. And High Point making sure they know of the scoring ability. So the Greyhounds still on their own side as High Point is now pressing up, and now they'll clear it. High Point has 3 men back. Loyola will shoot it down past the goal as Loyola tries to build something here, just get it out of their own side of the ice. And now High Point one-on-one with the keeper and caught on the slap shot. That shot was ripped by number 95 of the Panthers and covered up by the Loyola goalie. He's had a long day back there. 6 goals for the Panthers. Not quite seeing the success of his contemporary across the ice, Cordell. So now Loyola building. They might have something moving on the left side here. Might be a shot by DeLuca and deflected as it'll sail up into the glass. And that has been High Point's brand of defense here tonight. They are not scared to press forward. They know they can beat Loyola back in transition. And as much as it looked like DeLuca had an opportunity, as that puck gets thrown way past the Loyola goal, they'll try and build into an offensive set. We've seen several occasions Loyola has had opportunities to beat men in transition, and High Point's defensive men have done great jobs running them down and deflecting shots, making it easy on Cordell. Not having too many one-on-one opportunities where he might have to make a play. Loyola settles it behind their goal. They're looking for somewhere to build. High Point marking well. Now they'll clear it out. As Loyola pushes it down, but all men back for High Point, and they'll send it right back into Loyola territory. Back and forth we go. If you're just checking in, we're in the 3rd period, just under 10 minutes to go. And we'll have another stoppage for a face-off. Star forward for the Greyhounds, Matt DeLuca. A frustrating night for him, a frustrating night for all of Loyola. They lost just to this team 6-3 last night as the Panthers closed it out in the 3rd period. And that is where the score stands today, 6-3. 9:20 left on the clock as Loyola looks to find some late offense. And a shot wide left of the goal. Loyola, every time they can gain the space, they're ripping it at the net, seeing if they can get anything to fall behind the glove of Cordell. Now High Point will have it in transition, and they'll give it right away before regaining it on defense. Loyola resets. They're looking for some way to burn High Point in transition. And the defensive man, number 55, will clear it away for High Point. That's Dorian Federer. He's been active on the defensive side of the puck. Again, the closing speed of these Panthers as they get a line switch, and Cordell has come out of the game. An empty net for the Panthers now. And right in front of the goal, a possible shot ripped on again and deflected back in front of the goal. High Point had an opportunity to clean it up. And a great defensive stand there from the Greyhounds, knowing if it's not already over, another goal would be everything. We'll see number 10 from the Greyhounds. That is Chris Sola. Go into the penalty box, and it'll be a power play for the Panthers as Cordell retains his spot in goal. And the Panthers will have an opportunity to add some offense late as they keep it in Greyhounds territory, settling it into the corner, trying to go around the boards but being stymied right there up against the glass by Loyola defender number 24, Nick Aliyama. That's Nick Alamia, I apologize. And now the Panthers behind the goal for Loyola, looking to get it to their forward in front of the goal for a potential shot. Now they'll swing it left. And just over a minute left on the power play for the Panthers as they are looking for an opportunity to score. And they'll move it center ice now. Missed shot. And trying to clean it up was number 40 on the Panthers, but to no avail, as now they move it back up the ice, yet to get a shot on, looking for an opportunity, put a strong one past the goalie. That shot sails wide, and the Panthers continue to build. Moved across the ice now, looking for an opportunity to get a slap shot off. And Loyola defending well throughout this power play for the Panthers. As that puck gets cleared in the middle of some substitutions for High Point. He can't touch the puck. And quite an interesting spot there. High Point substituted, and the new defensive man couldn't touch it until his teammate got over the boards. And you could see the puck sailing right at him. He just had to wait until he could get over the boards, and he was allowed to touch the puck. So now High Point building, still in a power play, and looking to find some offense. The Greyhounds know they need to respond quick if they're going to have any hope. And now DeLuca one-on-one with the keeper, but it'll sail behind the goal and cleared out by Cordell. A heads-up play, knowing DeLuca was the only one in NA territory. He gets to that puck first. And now the Panthers move it back across the ice, looking for the nail in the coffin. They've got it middle ice in front of the goal and lit up by a Loyola defender. He recovers and sends a slap shot into the net. That was Loyola defender Michael Padula. Him and DeLuca, the core of this Greyhounds team. And it looked like it was going to be an opportunity to put a shot on frame for the Panthers as they got it middle ice. And just lit up by Padula. No chance to slap one on. That slap shot sails wide. And now DeLuca looking to transfer into some offense. As the penalty box is clear for the Greyhounds. And no more power play for the Panthers. So just over 5 minutes left. Still a 3-goal lead for the Panthers, and they're looking to add to it. They have found their groove in this third period after giving up an early goal. They responded quickly as that puck is flipped out of the glass and into the scorer's box, so they'll politely hand it back to the referee, and we'll have a face-off in High Point territory. Greyhounds send it around the boards, and that's going to be Mario Martin trying to get a clear on it. He'll have the puck again. He sends it around to his fellow defenseman, Evan Jones, trying to move the puck up ice, but taken away by the Greyhounds. They might have an opportunity now in front of the goal, and they get it in. So another goal in this third period for Loyola. That appears to be number 7 for the Greyhounds, Ian Giroux. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Ian Giroux scores. He caught it behind the goal, and it looks like he was going to try and move it across to DeLuca on the other side of the net for a potential goal, but instead manages to flick it in himself past Cordell, who no doubt was aware of the presence of DeLuca across the net and wanted to favor that side. So another goal for the Greyhounds. Panthers driving down, deflected that shot by the keeper for the Greyhounds. So it'll be 6-4 now. With under 5 minutes left to play, we stand at 4:30 left on the clock as the Panthers look to put this one away, and we'll have a stoppage. It'll be a face-off in the neutral zone. And a late call now. We're going to see the exact same number 10, Chris Sola, right back in the penalty box for the Greyhounds. So it'll be another power play. And we've seen quite the trend here in the third period. Loyola gets a goal and then managed to shoot themselves in the foot with just an unnecessary penalty, getting one of their players put in the box, and now it'll be a power play for the Panthers. So 5-on-4 as the Panthers now have possession in the neutral zone. They've got new defensive backs in. That's number 42, Aiden Kelly, and number 65, Ryan Beanland. So Kelly and Beanland holding the back line for the Panthers as they move into this offensive set. Their job simply to make sure that puck doesn't leave the neutral zone and keep it forward for the Panthers. That puck flipped up in the air, brought down by the Panthers. And that's Kelly making his presence known, keeping the puck on the Greyhound side of the ice. They'll move it over to Beanland. He moves back, swings it to Kelly as they look for any opportunity. Beanland now looking to rip a shot. Not going to go. He'll find it middle ice. And here's Kelly to clean up, and that's a big hit on Beanland right to the head, and he is down, slow to get up as the Greyhounds keeper covered. The High Point bench didn't like that hit. Went high on Beanland. Knocked him to the ice. And no doubt it's going to get a second player sent to the penalty box for Loyola. So still a minute left on Sola, and now number 11, Matthew Hill, will join him. And it is 5-on-3 for the Panthers. Only 3 men on the ice plus their goalie, and 5 players out there for the Panthers. So a big opportunity to put one more goal through the uprights and just put an exclamation mark on this game as the Greyhounds clear it for now. And Beanland subs out after the big hit that drew a penalty for the Greyhounds. Number 95, carving through the defense, finds middle ice and almost manages to get a shot off. As now number 71, he's center ice, swings it across middle building, right side of the net, moves it back again. Now the move upside, just moving the puck in and out across the ice, trying to find an angle to rip a strong shot on. And that puck right through the middle and deflected by a Greyhound defensive man as the Panthers will reset. And now the Panthers 5-on-3. Loyola, you can see their defensive men just clustering in front of the goal, trying to keep shots off net, and that one covered by Loyola's keeper. As we'll have a face-off in Loyola territory. Number 10, Sola, getting ready to return to the ice and alleviate some of Loyola's struggles. Certainly doing a good job playing defense here, but no opportunities on offense. As 5-on-3, they're doing everything they can just to keep the puck out of the net. And it's just about desperation time here for the Greyhounds. 2:35 left on the clock as we get ready for this face-off. And deficit still stands at 2 goals, 6-4 High Point, as they move it back to Kelly, and number 10 comes back on the ice. That's Sola for the Greyhounds, and he makes his impact known as he takes away that puck center ice. And High Point trying to rip a shot. He'll move it back. That's Kelly again anchoring the defensive line. Him and number 72 for the Panthers. That's 72, James Duxbury. They are anchoring the back line and facilitating this offensive set. As even with one player out of the box, the Panthers still have a power play on. It's 5-4. That one gets cleared to Cordell. He'll give it to Duxbury right there, and they'll look to build again. That puck moved up the ice, and a huge hit leveled by number 24 on Loyola. That's Nick Alamia. Lit up the High Point forward as they tried to move that puck up the ice. And this one appears the Panthers now slowing things down, just under 1:30 left in this matchup now as the Greyhounds look for some late offense. And we've got a scuffle mid-ice, some pushing and shoving. And that shot on Cordell, great block. As that was number 6, Michael Padula, found some room. One of the High Point defensive men now going to get sent to the box. He got in a little mid-ice scuffle, and Padula took advantage, moving right to the goal and managing to slap a shot that was well blocked by Cordell. Took it right off the chest and covered it up. So we'll have a face-off in High Point territory as one of High Point's men sent to the bench. Sent to the box. I apologize. And Loyola wins the face-off. Now they have a power play as their penalty box is clear, and it's 5-on-4. They have a minute to score 2 goals as High Point flicks it back past the defensive line of Loyola. They're looking to build, and almost taken away by the sole High Point attacker as they now build. Loyola bringing it down the ice. And no doubt looking for an opportunity here. Slapped on, deflected by Cordell, right at the goal, slapped on again. And Cordell moves it across, right in front of the goal. Loyola fighting with High Point, and it's cleared out again. 35 seconds left on the clock. Can Loyola find a late goal to give themselves any sort of opportunity? Slapping it on from deep here again, deflected right of the goal. And High Point's defense standing tall right in front of the goal, slapping sticks. Where's the puck? And we'll have a stoppage, as it appears we're going to have another High Point defensive man sent to the penalty box. So that's number 81 and number 82. That's Evan Jones. And it does not appear we have an 82 on the roster yet. We'll work on that. But 2 High Point defensive men. So 17 seconds left. Loyola 5-on-3 right in front of the goals, fighting for the puck. And this would have been a big opportunity for Loyola with more time left in the game. But as it ticks down under 10, they put a shot on and Cordell covers it. So with 5 seconds, and now it gets chippy. We've got some pushing and shoving in front of the goal. High Point doing well not to react, as even this late in the game, another player joining them in the penalty box would not bode well for the High Point defense, already down to 3 players, and Cordell doing a fantastic job. Those 4 goals are not representative of how well he has defended the goal today. And we'll have 5.2 seconds left on the clock, 5-on-3 for the Greyhounds, as this one looks to be in hand, and Cordell covers another slap shot immediately. And just a second left on the clock, as we'll do one more face-off. But this one looks to be well in the hands of the Panthers. And they will complete the 2-game sweep of Loyola, Maryland, as there's the final buzzer. Final score 6-4 High Point. They survived the late penalties and a couple of late goals from Loyola. And they swarm their keeper, Cordell, no doubt appreciative of how well he defended the pipes today. So they'll shake hands as High Point 2-0 and collects 2 more big wins after a tough start to the season for this team. And 2 consecutive wins over the Greyhounds. We thank you for joining us here at the Greensboro Coliseum. I'm Jonah Martin. I'm joined here today by our wonderful crew, Avery Person and Aiden Hall. And we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for the opportunity to cover High Point hockey as they get another win and looking to build into mid-season with some momentum. 6-4, the final score here from the Coliseum. We thank you for joining us.